it take to get a op back. All my niggas outside, steak, bitch, we out back.
Yeah, my bad, y'all. My apologies, y'all. Sorry about coming on late. I actually just got back from my son's football game. Yeah, so that's why I was at the whole time. I was at my son's football game, so sorry about that. My apologies, y'all. But I'm here now. I'm here. Appreciate y'all tuning in tonight for another episode. And yes, my guy, Dr. Umar Johnson, is the talk of the town. He been the talk of the town last week. And he's still going to be the talk of the town this week too. So first of all, I want to uncover today this whole thing about Dr. Umar Johnson and his son HVAC sister. So I want y'all to listen to what he had to say about this. I'm gonna get my commentary behind it as well too. And I learned by being late from Money Boy Trey. By the way, it's the whole theatrical effect. You know what I mean? Where people be anticipating on their favorite artists coming up and the artists be late. Y'all learned that from Money Boy Trey. The fight. But I appreciate y'all tuning in today. Sweet Rita, I see you. Hey, that's a good interview, by the way, Sweet Rita. That's a good interview. Yeah, Trey said just like the HVAC was late. Hey, Trey, say, yeah, I got to let you hear what this dude had to say about this HVAC system. All right, so I'm not gonna be here. I'm not going to do this show very long because I do have to get up extremely early in the morning. So immediately after the show, I'm gonna have to go and go to bed. Yeah, because gotta get up extremely early. Got to start my day off very early tomorrow. So let's go and jump to this, y'all. Hear what Umar got to say about this. All right, let's go.
Peace and Pan-Africanism. Peace and Pan-Africanism. It's King. Some people talk, some people work. 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 See, it's about institutions for me. It's about building relevant institutions. If you're not building relevant institutions for our people, if you are not building relevant institutions for the people, then you're not relevant. Institutions are the solutions. Welcome to the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey RBG International Leadership Academy for Pan-African Excellence. We having an HVAC party today. Brothers and sisters.
HVAC party.
I said we having an HVAC party. HVAC. Do you know what an HVAC party is?
No.
Do you know what an HVAC party is, brothers and sisters? Heating, ventilation, air conditioning. Oh yes, brothers and sisters. They have doubted us for 3 years. They said we were scamming off the money, that we didn't own the school, had no school. Haters everywhere I turn around. Rumors, slander, fast accusations. But I want y'all to pull up tomorrow to the 2nd annual FDMG Festival.
See, real quick. There may have been some people who's actually hating on Dr. Umar Johnson, but the majority part of it was that people got tired of empty promises. People got tired of, Dr. Umar Johnson constantly asking for, donations and all this stuff there. They got tired of it. And so they got so tired of it, right? Where they just got fed up with him. I'm just saying. Rubber Band Man, salute. I did not see your comment earlier. I appreciate you watching my video. But yeah, they just got tired of it. They just got tired of it. So I don't know. Oh, by the way, I found that video too, by the way. I got to re-upload it too. Here it is.
Donations.
donations, gifts, gifts.
But yeah, people just got tired of it. You know what I'm saying? People got tired of getting the donations and the gifts, and they didn't see nothing. All they did was had empty promises every single time. Empty promises every single time. But finally, my guy finally got a HVAC system put into this school. So let's continue.
I want y'all to pull up tomorrow to the second annual FDMG Festival. I want you to pull up tomorrow to the second annual FDMG Festival. Online registration is closed. Online registration is closed. But you can register at the gate tomorrow, brothers and sisters. Yes, you can still come if you didn't register online. Yes, you can still come if you didn't register online. Yes, you can still come if you didn't register online. 601 East 17th Street tomorrow, Saturday, September the 10th, full moon in Pisces. I said Saturday, September the 10th, full moon in Pisces. 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Food, games, vendors, performers, t-shirts, giveaways, networking, music. DJ Big Short on the ones and twos. I said DJ Big Short on the ones and teens, brothers and sisters.
I said DJ Short.
No, it's not a black crane company, brothers and sisters. Don't get me started on black contractors. Black contractors.
Okay, this ad is ready to play y'all in a few seconds. Hold up, y'all. I'm gonna mute this ad because I don't want to get on some fake advertising. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I haven't played my YouTube Premium yet. I don't know why it ever came out. What the hell? But right after this commercial, he's gonna blame. Yeah, right after this commercial, he's gonna sit up here and blame black people for not doing his. Y'all gotta hear it. Hold on, here it is.
That's all the reason we 3.5 years in and
go back.
Still ain't done. Black crane company, brothers and sisters. Don't get me started on black. I said DJ Big Short on the ones and teens, brothers and sisters. No, it's not a black crane company, brothers and sisters. Don't get me started on black contractors. Black contractors are the reason we 3.5 years in and still ain't done. Black contractors are the reason we 3.5 years in and still ain't done. Black contractors are the reason we 3.5 years in and still ain't done. But it's black school, it's black money, black principle. Oh yes, brothers and sisters, pull up tomorrow, we having an HVAC party. Pull up tomorrow, we having an HVAC party.
My guy said, forget them black contractors. Y'all ain't about nothing. Y'all had us three years behind. My guy said, forget y'all black contractors. He said, I had to pretty much hire a white contractor to get the job done, but it's still a black school, black-owned school, allegedly.
Pull up tomorrow, we having an HVAC party, brothers and sisters. When you show up tomorrow, the HVAC will be installed. Still got to be linked up. Still a little bit more work to do to the whole system. But you see them units right there? I want to thank all my donors. You see them 2 units sitting on that? You see them 2 units on that flatbed? You see that 60,000 pound HVAC? Do you see that 60,000 pound HVAC, brothers and sisters? Do you see that 60,000 pound HVAC? I want to thank all my donors. I want to thank all my donors who stood by me since 2014. Hit your Cash App, $FDMG School. Hit your Cash App, $FDMG School. Hit your Cash App, $F.
Dang, this dude's still asking for donations, bro. Even after all this, Dr. Umar Johnson still asking for y'all donations on the cool.
Donations. Gifts.
my boy tripping.
FDMG School. Hit your PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Hit your PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. Hit your PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. It's a HVAC party. It's a HVAC party. He said, laughing my behind off, the school been under construction for 10 years. I wasn't aware we owned the school for 10 years. I thought we owned it for 3.5, but I forgot. Y'all know more than me. It's okay, family. I wasn't aware we owned the school for 10 years. I thought we owned it for 3 years, but my fault. I forgot you know more than me. See, the Negropean who does nothing will always criticize the African who does everything. The Negropean who does nothing will always criticize the African who does everything. Yes, brothers and sisters, this is the first school in modern history. The first school in modern history. The first school in modern history purchased and resurrected with funds from every African community in the world. I'm not sure if the Most Honorable Marcus Garvey did that. I'm not sure if the Most Honorable Marcus Garvey did that, but if he did that, we are the second. We are the second and the first in the 21st century. The first school in the 21st century bought, built, renovated exclusively with black money. Exclusively with black money from Africans all over the world. From Africans all over the world. Show me another school. Show me another school.
Hold up, y'all. Hold up. So you mean to tell me that this dude up here got donations for Africans all over the world? First of all. Second of all, it took him over 3 years for him to get donations for an HVAC system when he was getting donations from Africans all over the world. Dr. Johnson, I'm just saying, bro, you got to make it make sense. If you was getting these donations from these people all over, right, you should have been had this thing up 3 years ago. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
Where every African community in the world donated. Thank you, Black Canada. Thank you, Black Africa. Thank you, Black Caribbean. Thank you, Black Australia. Thank you, Black South Pacific. Thank you, Black Europe. Thank you, Black Asia. Thank you, Black Central America, South America, and of course, my American Africans. We did this. This is your money right here. That's your 60,000 pound HVAC. That's your 60,000 pound HVAC. That's your 60,000 pound HVAC, brothers and sisters. It's not a game. It's not a game. It's not a game. This is King Kong. Pull up tomorrow, second annual FDMG Festival. Pull up tomorrow, Saturday, September the 10th. Pull up tomorrow. I'm getting married again. I'm getting married again. Pull up tomorrow. I'm getting married again. Pull up tomorrow. I'm getting married again. Pull up tomorrow. I'm getting married again. 2 wives. Fashion show begins at 6. Don't miss the Michael Jackson concert at 4. Don't miss the Michael Jackson concert at 4. Don't miss all the performers beginning at noon. Don't miss all the performers beginning at noon. Come buy out the vendors. We got clothing vendors. We got cosmetic vendors. We got food vendors. We got book vendors. We got every kind of vendor you want. Pull up, believe your snow bunny at home, brothers. This is an African party. It's a HVAC FDMG. It's the second annual HVAC FDMG party, brothers and sisters. Come and see Michael Jackson.
Wait a minute, hold on. When was the first annual HVAC party happen? I don't recall that. I thought this was the very first one that he ever did. I don't recall the second one. Do y'all know? Because I don't know.
Reincarnated tomorrow, live on stage. Bring the children. We got the games for the children, brothers and sisters.
Oh, up another one ad coming on. Hold up. Let me switch screen again. But so far, y'all, I don't know. Y'all don't know, y'all. I don't know.
The day before the festival, it's an HVAC party. Thank you to my donors, my international Africans. Hit your PayPal. Don't miss out on this history, brothers and sisters. Don't miss out on this history. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. This is the first school in modern history built by Africans all over the world.
Who do you want to message?
All over the world. No other school on the planet can say they were built with Africans from all over the world, brothers and sisters. It's an HVAC party. We having an HVAC party. All my African queens, I want a nice big birthday hug tomorrow.
I'm pretty sure there was other one. I'm pretty sure that it was some Africans that helped build different school establishments all over the world. I'm pretty sure that. But if you're talking about it's being funded by nothing but Africans all over the world, then that's different. But you said that it's been built, so yeah, okay.
All my African queens, I want a nice big birthday hug tomorrow. I know Leo season is over, but it's still Tiger year until January the 22nd. I know Leo season is over, but it's still Tiger year. I'm a tiger. We still in Tiger year. Last time we had a Tiger year, I took over the conscious community. Last time we had a Tiger year, I took over the conscious community, brothers and sisters. We having an HVAC party. We having an HVAC party. I want to say thank you to all my donors. I want to say thank you to those of you who have stood by me since 2014 when we began a campaign to destroy the school to prison pipeline. I want to thank all of you who have stood by me since 2014 when we started a campaign to destroy the school to prison pipeline. This is your big brother King Kong Consciousness, the most requested, most relevant, and most revolutionary scholar in the world today. I said, this is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifatunde, and I'm inviting you to the HVAC party. You can't pull up today, but you can pull up tomorrow. You can't pull up today because the street is blocked. You can pull up tomorrow. You cannot pull up today, brothers and sisters, but you can pull up tomorrow. We having an HVAC party. We having an HVAC party. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for your donations, brothers and sisters. Don't believe in the naysayers. Believe in your ancestors. Don't believe in the naysayers. Believe in the future of African children, the future of African people. We are victorious, brothers and sisters. We having an HVAC party today, September the 9th, 9/9/22. 9/9, that's the ancestors times 2. I said 9/9/22, that's the ancestors part 2. Pull up tomorrow, FDMG Festival. Online registration has closed, but you can register at the door. Online registration is closed, but you can register for free at the door. Online registration is closed, but you can register at the door tomorrow for free. 601 East 17th Street, 601 East 17th Street, Wilmington, Delaware. Gates open up at 10. Food, games, vendors, performers, Michael Jackson reincarnated. Fashion show. Dr. Umar is getting married again. The two beautiful queens. We got food vendors, clothing vendors, merchandise vendors,
getting married again.
Cosmetic vendors. Pull up and hit your cash app. $ FDMG School. Pull up and hit your cash app. $ FDMG School. Pull up and hit your PayPal. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. We will not be denied. The ancestors have. The HVAC is leaving. The old HVAC is leaving, brothers and sisters. Say goodbye to the old HVAC unit. Say goodbye to the old HVAC unit. Brothers and sisters, do you see the sun rising behind the HVAC? Do you see the sun rising behind the old HVAC? Do you see the sun rising behind the old HVAC? It's a new day, brothers and sisters. It's a new day. The old HVAC is leaving. It's a new day. FDMG has just turned the page. The ancestors have spoken. Tomorrow is a full moon in Pisces. Tomorrow is a full moon in Pisces. Orisha Olokun is on our guard. Orisha Olokun is on our guard, representing the ancestors, the imagination, possibilities of the mystic world. The old HVAC is leaving, brothers and sisters. Say goodbye to the old HVAC. Say goodbye to the old HVAC, brothers and sisters. This is King Kong. This is King Kong Consciousness, the Prince of Pan-Africanism. Say goodbye to the old HVAC.
Bye-bye, HVAC.
Say goodbye to the old HVAC.
Bye, HVAC.
Say goodbye to the old HVAC.
Adios, HVAC.
This is Dr. Umar Johnson, the Prince of Pan-Africanism. Good Garvey Day to everyone from the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. I'm putting out a call. I need a black man or woman who can install cameras. We already have the camera.
Hold on, man. Hold up. Did he not earlier say that he ain't trying to fool with them black people? Them black folks had him behind putting that HVAC system in. It took him 3 years to get it in dealing with black people, but now he's back asking for black people to come help him with video camera installation and fence installation. Oh goodness, Omar.
I just need them installed. This is Dr. Umar Johnson, founder, CEO, CAO. I said founder, Chief Executive Officer, Chief Academic Officer live and direct from the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. I need a black man, black woman, black team who can install some brand new security cameras. We already have security cameras up, but I got a brand new system, much better cameras. They're already here. 20 camera system. Who can install a 20 camera system? I need it done ASAP. You can come today and do it. You can come tomorrow and do it. Do not.
Bro, why you just have to pay the people that you bought the product from and come and get it installed? Oh my goodness.
Come to my school, you need to text me first. I need to know what you're charging. There will be no deposits. You will be paid in full at the completion of your job. I repeat, there will be no deposits. You will be paid in full at the completion of your job. Dr. Umar Johnson, FDMG Academy founder, CEO, CAO, live from FDMG Fest preparation.
Okay. Here you go. I got to drop back, bro. Here it is. I got to drop back. I'll let them find it. Is it this one? Yeah, here's the drop.
Donations. Gifts.
Oh my goodness. Oh man. Oh goodness. Go ahead, Dr. Umar. Jeez.
Live from FDMG Festival preparation. Everybody pull up tomorrow for the FDMG Festival, 601 East 17th Street, Wilmington, Delaware, from 10 o'clock until 8 o'clock, Saturday, September the 10th. But I need a black man or black woman who wants to install cameras. Text my cell. If you're serious, responsible, got some character, integrity, and you work fast. 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. I also need someone who could do fences. I need a black camera company, black fence. I need.
Hey man, you could do this, bro. You can install on cameras and stuff, right? Go on, hit them up. That'd be a quick lick for you, bro. Make that quick money. I'm pretty sure the reason why he didn't let the company who he bought the product from, he didn't let them do it because they was charging an arm and a leg. So he wants to name his own price for the one work that you do. I'm just saying. That's where it boils down to. But like I said, I'm speculating on this, but that's what I'm assuming.
Need a couple fences. If you can work fast and work quick, there's money to be made with the money of the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy donors. I need a fencing company. I got a couple fences that need to go up, and I need a camera company. I got a couple cameras that need to go up. Text my cell.
Well, and that is that, y'all. That is that. Now I'm out. You know what? Let me give y'all some bonus content because this is nothing but 9:30. I'm gonna give y'all some bonus content. Let's listen to what Dr. Umar Johnson had to say when he went toe to toe with Cynthia G. But I'm going to actually look at the full video of that when that was on Fox Soul. I'm going to review that tomorrow. But let's look at what he was talking about on that as some bonus content. All right, here it is, y'all. Let's go.
The drip plugin instantly turns your
after the commercial break. The hell. Let me switch. All right, let's go, y'all. Let's go. Let's hear this real quick. What was going on? Then, like I said, I'm going to do a review of this debate with Dr. Umar Johnson and Cynthia G. All right? I'm doing a review on this probably tomorrow, y'all. So, but let's go. Let's hear Dr. Umar's perspective about this.
You're the only one not being honest, Umar. You're not being honest.
Find the clip. We don't have to argue about it. We don't have to argue about it.
You just admitted to it. We don't need a
60 seconds against black men. First of all, I want to see where you all stand just by a yes or no. Dr. Umar, is there? Yes or no?
Absolutely, yes.
Hope, is there?
No.
Dwan?
Absolutely, yes.
Cynthia G, where are you on this?
The only war is the war that black men are waging against the black community.
Okay. So is that a yes or no?
Yes, there is.
Well, there's a couple things. Number one, we have to make sure that we conduct a systems analysis and an institutional assessment. Communities are made up of institutions or the lack thereof. Communities are governed by
give me a minute,
systems
man.
or the lack thereof. Let us be very clear about something. This fratricide, this black on black crime that so many of our brothers are engaging in, let us remember Irish did the same thing. Italians did the same thing. European Jews did the same thing. And in the 1930s and 1940s, the United States government decided to upgrade them to white status, and in so doing, gave the Italians control of the fire departments in the black community, gave the Irish control of the police departments in the black community, and gave the European Jewish immigrants control of the civil service municipal jobs that they still control in many city centers today. The point that I'm making, Tammy, is that America gave Southern European immigrants an economic stimulus package. Before they gave that economic stimulus package to Jews, Irish, and Italians, they were doing the exact same thing black men are doing today, selling drugs, breaking the law, running in gangs, killing one another. But the government intervened and aided them. The reason black male pathology is still going on 30, 40, 50 years later is there has been no resolution, there have been no solutions, and there have been no governmental intervention. With that being said, I'm not waiting on the government to solve the problems of black men. We as black men have to unite, come together, organize, and solve our own problems. Just because we can admit that the government introduced pathology into the black community, we can still take full responsibility for ending it ourselves.
Hope, I see you nodding.
Yes, because I feel like when you can name all of these things so eloquently and so beautifully, and yet y'all still fail at being able to do these things after years and years and years and years and years of trying, where do we find a new solution? War that we're fighting for black men is the one that black men are fighting within themselves. Is it about adjacency to whiteness? Is it about being able to assimilate to that white hand? Or is it really about the freedom of black men in the black family and the black community? They want to assimilate to whatever whiteness, whatever white male privilege they get. And that's a large part of the problem.
Dr. Umar, you welcomed us to the show by saying Black Power. Black Power, okay. Is there some truth to the assimilation that black men want or perceive to want when it comes to this war being waged against you?
Well, there's definitely some truth to it, but I think that truth is also evident in black women. Black men, many of them may choose to want a white woman, but many black women choose to look like white women. So we have to look at ourselves, and we have to recognize that the pathology is not more of one gender than the other. That's the issue I have with conversations that seek to see who is more at fault, the black man or the black woman. It's not about who's more at fault. We rise together or we will perish together. The black man cannot survive without his woman, and the black woman cannot survive without her man. And the issue that I take with my two sisters' narrative is I hear a lot of criticism. I hear a lot of condemnation, but I don't hear any empowerment. I don't hear any solutions coming from either one of them. It appears as if that there is a hatred towards black men by those sisters. Even when they said, why are we going back to 1960? Let's stay in 20.
Okay, let's also be realistic about this too. I believe that there is no accountability from either parts. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Umar Johnson, and also with Cynthia G and the other lady, I forgot her name. I believe there's no accountability on nobody's part. I believe that everyone has to take accountability for their role in all this. Everyone has to take accountability in their role in this, period. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to leave it at that because I want to go into deep commentary because, like I said, I'm going to review this tomorrow.
2022. That is so immature and irresponsible of a statement. As a psychologist, when a client comes into my office, the first thing I perform is a history on their depression, a history on their suicide, a history on their anxiety. When you go see the medical doctor, he performs a history. When you go buy a home, they perform a history. When you go purchase an automobile, they perform a history on that automobile. But when we talk about the problems that affect black males, we're supposed to look at it in a vacuum. We're not supposed to put it in a historical context. And with that being said, the language and the narrative that's coming out of the mouth of these two black women is one that I think the white power structure would endorse because it totally absolves them of any responsibility for the hell black men catch in this country.
Cynthia G, you did say, why are we going all the way back to 1960? There is some truth to history when it comes to evaluating anything or anyone. So what do you say to that?
I say we should go to the historical context.
My bad, y'all. Commercial break. I'm not trying to give these fools free promotion, all right? And sorry, y'all. My payment haven't came through with my premium yet, so bear with me on that. The hell. The hell. All right, here we go. Let's go. Let's hear what Cynthia G got to say.
What I have not heard from Dr. Umar Johnson, or I think his name is Dwayne. Duane is what I have not heard as they're mentioning all of the things that was done to them. I haven't heard what you did in response to it. So I would like to know, what did you do in response in history other than go to the Supreme Court and petition to have access to the men's women that you're complaining and accusing of disenfranchising you? See, because in the 1960s, what Black men were really doing, and it's been documented, many civil rights leaders have admitted to it, what Black men were doing is chasing the white man's woman, trying to so-called stick it to him by way of going to their women. What you should have been doing is trying to get liberation for yourself. What you should have been trying to do is get that foot off your neck. But see, the foot is not on your neck. And the only time you recognize it being on your neck is when you want to get away with doing something that you think white men are getting away with doing. Because let's just be real. Whenever we hear about this war against Black men, it's usually being brought up when there's a Black man like R. Kelly, Bill Cosby. We see Trey Songz going through it, Ari Spears, when they engage in some degeneracy, and then they're getting a consequence for it. And Black men think that because they perceive white men to be getting away with crimes, they want to be able to get away with crimes as well. The reality is, Dr. Umar can sit up here and list all the different ways that the system is disenfranchising Black men and Black men in a victim vote. But the reality is, what he cannot tell you is what Black men did in response to it, because they did nothing. They laid down and they nested under the skirt of their non-Black preferences, and only to complain that whenever they commit a crime, they're not getting off like they did.
So let's find out.
To be honest with y'all, Cynthia G actually have a valid argument there. Her argument is valid, and her argument is actually really strong. Because Dr. Umar, he was coming with the, okay, we're not doing this, we're not doing that narrative, right? Which that is fine. That's a fine claim to do. That's a claim that everyone been using, especially in the manosphere, the red pill, been using that same claim. Also, the conscious community as well been using that same claim as well too. But her rebuttal is not shifting the blame game. Her rebuttal is focusing on accountability, which to be honest, I have to agree with her on this. I really do. Now, like I said, I'm not too much of a Cynthia G fan, but so far she have a very strong argument. So I want to see how far this is going to go.
Now, Dr. Umar, what have Black men done?
Well, number one, again, I think that it is such a shame, coming from a psychological perspective, that we seek to heal our wounds as a people by relying on unprofessional testimony by individuals who have a vendetta against the opposite gender in their community. When you hear Sister Cynthia speak, you can hear a hurt and a pain and a hatred towards Black men. We cannot find an effective solution to Black male-female relationship issues or the oppression of Black men or Black women when the people at the table having the conversation have negative emotional and pathological interest in the conversation that are not.
Umar, the question wasn't about my emotional state. The question was, what did Black men do in response to their disenfranchisement? Yeah, because you're trying to pathologize my emotional state, not knowing that I'm a psychologist too. But what you're not doing is telling us what Black men did.
I believe he'll get there, Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar.
I mean, to be honest, once again, Cynthia G gets another point. She gets another point on this because Dr. Umar Johnson, he wasn't answering the question. He wasn't. He didn't answer the question. Just like what Cynthia G was saying, he was trying to utilize the tactic of attacking a woman's emotional state, which affect their overall decision making to divest from the black men. That's where he was going with his argument. But once again, Cynthia G is on him. So you got to come strong with Cynthia G. Cynthia G is a whole different breed. You know what I'm saying? So you got to come real strong with her. But go ahead, Umar. Try to fix it.
And I'll end it quickly, Sister Tammy. According to Mrs. Cynthia G, Dr. King was assassinated because he was doing nothing. Malcolm X was assassinated because he was doing nothing. Medgar Evers was assassinated because he was doing nothing. Fred Hampton was assassinated because he was doing nothing. That narrative that black men have done nothing to fight back against systemic oppression, not only against ourselves, but against our women, our children, our elders, and our community is absolutely ridiculous. The cemetery is filled with black men, names we know and names we don't know, who gave their life for the freedom, liberation, and emancipation of African people. How can you disrespect the history of so many black men, past and present, who continue to fight? I'm sitting in a school right now that we built with all black money. 4 buildings that we're going to educate black men in. It's not easy to solve our problems because there's always black people in your very same community who's fighting against what you're trying to do to help it. But in addition to that, the white power structure is always waving its wand of oppression to try to sabotage anything we do. I think that the analysis of our women is too overly simplistic, and in being such, it is dishonest.
They've done so much. You've only listed names and not accomplishments, though.
Okay, all right. So also, and this is just me personally, okay? I have not experienced what Dr. Umar Johnson is talking about, right? I have not experienced that at all. I have not experienced where white people have oppressed me to be the lesser version of myself. Have not experienced that at all. Through my 41 years of living, I have not experienced that at all, period. It haven't been no white man that prevented me from doing anything that I wanted to do. Now, I could take accountability and say that certain things that I desired to do, I couldn't do, but it was not because of the white man, but it was because of my own personal accountability for the lack thereof. Meaning that if I'm trying to be a businessman, but I lack business ambition, it don't have nothing to do with the white man. It have everything to do with me for lacking that. So they're like I say, I have not had that experience what Dr. Umar Johnson is talking about. Maybe he have, or maybe people around him have, but the narrative that he's talking about, this is not a narrative with everyone. Everyone have not experienced that. Maybe he have, maybe people around him may have experienced that, but I personally have not experienced that at all. You know what I'm saying? And once again, Cynthia G, she's making some valid points so far. And once again, she's redirecting them, telling them that you have not listed the accomplishment of what y'all doing. You list some accomplishments of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and stuff, right? But let's also keep in mind this. Malcolm X and Dr. Martin Luther King, they wasn't fighting for relationships. They were fighting for the equality of an overall race, period. That's what they was fighting for. So this particular topic has nothing to do with what they accomplished. She just asking a simple question: what is you, as you two black men who's on this panel, what have you done to resolve this problem that you're talking about? And so far, Dr. Umar Johnson have not adequately explained what he did.
I can list some accomplishments. Okay, when it comes down to it, what have black men done since the 60s? We've turned around and we've gotten We're still inventing things. We're still opening up businesses. Here in LA, you got black businesses all around town. So when black men do build things, and we build things on individual basis, you're not going to see an NBC special about what the great black man built. When Irv Gotti, Suge Knight, and J. Prince tried to put together a distribution, they all got charges the next week. So it's not like we don't build things. When we do build things, something always ends up seeming to happening. And in spite of that, you've seen the most black business male ownership that's gone up in the last 60 years since the coronavirus. We still doing it. I personally got 3 businesses, so I don't know what you're talking about. I employ young black men. I've helped thousands of black children here in South Central LA. So all this black men ain't doing nothing. Where are you?
Hold up. I'm not trying to knock Dewan hustle or anything like that, but how in the hell do he have time to own 3 businesses? That's one thing. Then the second thing is what type of businesses that you want, because anybody could call anything a business. Hell, we call YouTube a business. We absolutely call YouTube a business. They call people selling t-shirts behind the truck a business. They call people who are going out and doing landscaping a business. People will call anything a business. Do you know there's people out there who do nothing but gaming all day, every day, and they call that a business? So what type of business is he talking about? What type of business do he mean? What type of business do he have? I'm just curious about that, but unless it don't matter about the term business, a business is a business, so it don't matter. If that be the case, everyone got a business. Everyone got about 3 or 4 business if you want to think about it. I'm just saying. So if you go out and hustle people for tickets, that's a business. If you go out and try to sell your food stamps to get some cash, that's a business. I'm just saying. But let's go. Let's continue.
You kicking it at?
So how are you? So how are black men creating all these businesses and still costing the government $50 billion a year?
Hold that
Here's
thought.
the
I want
one thing that is
to
being
get Hope in
ignored.
here real quick, Dr. Umar. I want to get Hope in here because Dr. Umar listed a plethora of black men that we know, and I'm assuming he listed the ones that we know.
But by the way, shout out to Tammy Mack. Tammy Mack actually doing a really good job of moderating. Actually, Tammy Mack, I always do a real good job of moderating on Fox Soul, to be honest with y'all. So shout out to Tammy.
So that we can identify and all agree that these black men have done something in terms of the fight for equality in America. How do you feel about those men that he listed, Hope? Have they done anything for the black community or not?
Most definitely. I would be ignorant to say that they haven't, right? But I think that what we're failing to realize is that when we have this conversation about what black men have done, the consequences are usually because of white supremacy and the
My bad, y'all. Commercial break. Look at that. It's a commercial for StreamYard. Look at that. They must think I'm gonna use StreamYard. I don't use no damn StreamYard. I only use it whenever. But hold on. Let me let this pass real quick, y'all. This commercial, then I'll jump back on here. Now you can't create high quality live stream on StreamYard. What you talking about? You could create content on StreamYard, but not no high quality. You need e-count for that. I'm just saying. All right, let's go. Let's hear what she got to say.
of white folks on us are that the black men are then taking away and the black women have to then sustain those things. Dr. Umar, you're right. I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that you said, but you're absolutely right. It's not about the idea of who's doing it better or trying to the pissing match of the oppression Olympus amongst black people, but it's really about working together. The problem is what I find in working together is that the black man wants to lead, whether he's acquired the gumption and the knowledge to be able to do so appropriately and effectively or not. The thing about it is when you're working together, we are a team. You get to lead this portion because you're better at it. I get to lead that portion because I'm better at it. And then we come to a common ground for both of us to succeed. But a lot of the times when we're talking about these succession plans and we're making all of these advocacy movements in order to progress the black family, the black man says, listen to me or fail. right? As if Black women have nothing to contribute to that. And I think that that's where the problem is. That's where the discourse needs to happen, is how do we work together so that Black men understand that we are meant to work side by side, and not with me following you with my head down and saying, yes, that's our master. Because that is me being subservient to you in a way that I might not want to do, especially considering if you do not have the credentials, the know-how, the wherewithal, or the lived experiences to lead me in a way that I might be better suited to do in this point of our journey. And
Dr.
Black men.
Umar.
Well, first of all, I do not endorse any kind of a second-class citizenship role for Black women. I believe Black women have as much to offer as do Black men, so I'm not sure who the Queen is referring to, because I am not a misogynist and I do not support that type of narrative that said the Black woman's position is only to have children and to prepare food. But at the same time, I think Black
That actually is true, by the way. He is not a misogynist. He don't condone that type of behavior. As long as I've been knowing Dr. Umar Johnson, that's one thing I know for sure, is that he do not condone that at all. He's actually against that, for real. He's for equality though with the Black woman, but at the same time, he want the Black woman to be part of the patriarchal system of the type of patriarchal system that his ancestors use. But that's neither here nor there.
women have to look at themselves, because although white supremacy has been the greatest enemy of the progress of Black men, you would also have to argue that Black women have probably been the greatest accomplice to supporting the white power structure in their destruction of Black males, i.e. the conversation we're having right now, where two intelligent Black women have yet to indict white supremacy for the role that they play in the destabilization of the lives of Black men.
Is white supremacy responsible for any of the Black man's plight at all?
Absolutely, it exists. And Black men have worked in tandem with white supremacy since they've come in contact with it. And this is why I say in the Black community, we have very disingenuous, very dishonest discussions, especially when it's regarding Black men, because we do have a Black male worshiping culture. So what we do within that culture, and Umar Johnson is showing it today, is absolve Black men from any accountability for what they've done. Number one, we wouldn't be in a system of white supremacy had it not been for Black men. So if you want to go all the way back to history, then let's go back to history when Black men were selling their own people into white supremacy. Let's go back into history when 16 years off the plantation, Black men were worried about a war being waged on them. They were worried about getting access to white women. That's what you were worried about. And it's interesting. There's a reason why I feel like Umar focused mostly on me and Hope's attitudes, and it's because he can't accurately answer the question. He mentioned names, not accomplishments. And the reason being is because—
Well, I think he mentioned those names specifically because the accomplishments of those people don't have to be explained.
Right, but those accomplishments are also accomplishments that I've heard Umar Johnson speak negatively about, specifically the civil rights movement and how damaging it was to Black people. But now he wants to sit here and say the very people who accomplished that were accomplishing something beneficial when, in his own opinion, that wasn't beneficial and did more harm to the community than good. So I think that—
Hey, Gabe, she sure did do that. She sure did use reverse psychology. That's package it smaller. I ain't gonna lie. She sure did do that. But also, there is always a but. But at the same time, they like say Cynthia G do have some valid arguments for real though. It's very valid, very valid. Her argument's very valid. I'm not gonna knock her on that. I may not agree with her, but it's pretty strong. You know what I'm saying? And so far, Umar or Dwayne, they haven't been able to rebut that accurately yet. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, goodness, gentlemen. All right, so let's go.
Because we're having such a dishonest discussion where Black men don't want to take accountability for what they've done. They want to be the victims of society, but then they want submission from the women. The bottom line is I'm not willing to deflect from the fact that, number one, Black men are the greatest non-white contributors to white supremacy.
Oh, also, what you were saying earlier about the about Black men was actually contributed to the white supremacy back in the day. That is historically true, by the way. That's very historically true because prime example, the South had plantations and stuff, right? And people think that that many of them plantation fields was owned just by white settlers, but it wasn't. Them plantation fields wasn't owned not only by white settlers, but it was also owned by wealthy black settlers as well too. That's what people don't know, but that's the narrative that they paint out there. You know what I'm saying? To sell this racism narrative. So it's neither here nor there, but let's go.
Let's just be real. White supremacy couldn't even exist without Black men's compliance. They're always uplifting whiteness, biracial children, and trying to assimilate. And that's why I went back to the notion of the only time Black men truly feel like there's a war against them is when they feel like they're being punished for something white men do. At the end of the day, y'all dropped the ball. You're blaming white supremacy on your failures. We already know there's oppression, but Black women are double oppressed. We have more barriers to face. You have male privilege in a patriarchal system, and you can't even get it right.
Well, Dr. Umar, I think we all know your stance on interracial marriages.
Absolutely, but let me also
so please acknowledge what the rest of what Cynthia G has said.
Absolutely. I'm not sure where Sister Cynthia took history class, but if you know anything about the transatlantic slave trade, the transatlantic slave trade was a European enterprise. It was not an African enterprise.
I'm talking about the sub-Saharan slave trade. You should go look at
Dr. Umar. I knew that she was talking about the sub-Saharan trade. Dang, I'm all tongue-tied. But I knew what she was talking about. But even then, I didn't reference that because I was referencing that they want to say the slave trade still was happening in the Americas too, where even in the Americas they had wealthy Black-owned slave masters there that was doing the same as that thing, but they don't talk about that. You know what I'm saying? They don't talk about that. They're only going to talk about the white slave masters in the South because that's the narrative that they want to portray so they could keep the narrative for racism popping. So, but I knew what she was talking about. Dr. Umar, he's trying to rebuttal with the transatlantic slave trade. Oh, goodness. Let's go.
Excuse me.
You address me.
May I finish?
Go look into the sub-Saharan slave trade where Black men are trading their women and children for alcohol and tobacco.
I don't want a monologue. May I finish?
Go ahead, Dr. Umar.
The transatlantic slave trade was a European enterprise. It was not an African enterprise. Although there were some chiefs who participated in it, by no means did they control the direction and extension of the transatlantic slave trade. So that's number one. Number two, Black men resisted enslavement, not only on the shores of Africa, but right here in America.
Then I got to rebut them again on this one. Even with the transatlantic slave trade, right? Not only European people was involved with that, but also the Arabs and everyone else was involved with that too. So pretty much a long story short, right? Any king or any person who had wealth was involved in the transatlantic slave trade and the other slave trade that Cynthia G is talking about. Let's keep it a buck. Any person who had money, any person who was wealthy was involved in that. Let's keep it real. Let's be real with it. And so, and just like I said, once when they transferred the slaves and they went through the whole process of dropping slaves off in the Caribbean and eventually maybe made it to the Americas, right? The same people that was over there, they ended up transferring into the Americas, doing the same as that thing. I'm just saying.
We celebrate Nat Turner, Denmark Vesey, Gabriel Prosser. There's literally hundreds of documented attempts by African men to liberate not only themselves, but their women and their children. So to act like we just sat there and we're complicit in our own oppression is absolutely ridiculous. The other point I want to clarify for your information, Cynthia G, you've never, ever heard me condemn the civil rights movement. The good Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is a hero of mine. And despite me being a Pan-African nationalist, I take issue with other Black nationalists who do want to dismiss Dr. King's accomplishment. The civil rights movement was necessary because it removed a psychological scar that suggested of racial inferiority. So you've never heard me deride the civil rights movement. I support it, although I took certain issues with it. The bottom line is when Black women, Black girls, Black boys listen to this conversation we're having today, they're going to be confused because they hear two brothers speaking of a greater context to the problems that affect Black men, and you hear two Black women who want to keep scapegoating Black men while ignoring the historical and contemporary systemic challenge.
Don't advertise on Google Ads or Facebook before.
I'm trying not to advertise right now. Dang it. Y'all always trying to get me with this advertiser. Golly, let me switch again. Boy, I tell y'all, I don't want to advertise for y'all. I'm not making no money off this advertisement. Hold on, let me read again. Let them finish this advertisement. So, okay, we're back. Let's go.
With a master's degree, they did a study. They had white males who had come out of prison. Systemic challenges that are constantly placed in our way. I'm going to say this and be quiet, Sister Tammy. I got to give you this. There was a recent piece of research, Tammy, that came out. And the research said a Black man with a master's degree, they did a study. They had white males who had come out of prison apply for jobs. They had Black men with master's degrees, Sister Tammy, apply for the jobs. And guess what? The white males with prison history and no education were called back more than 75% of the time than Black men with no prison history and a master's degree.
I'm aware of that. I am aware of that of that survey.
Yeah, me too. I'm aware of that survey too. They had taught us that survey in sociology class, by the way. So, Umar, that was actually a strong rebuttal right there. Why you just didn't lead with that? Umar, why you doesn't leave with that rebuttal? Because that was actually a strong rebuttal right there, bro. That was pretty strong. That's what you should have said. Instead of dancing around the whole question. Now, Cynthia G look like, what the hell? What survey is he talking about? But yeah, they taught us that survey in sociology, all right? I know exactly what he's talking about. Even on Tammy say, yeah, I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that. You know what I'm saying? So, let's see what Cynthia G got to say about that. Let's go. This is pretty interesting. Let's go.
I am. Hope, I saw you give Dr. Umar the side eye.
Dang, Cynthia G is shut down. She's like, huh. She just smirked like, huh. This little Negro hit me with that survey. God dang, I don't even got nothing to say behind that. What the hell? Cynthia G just, well, yeah. Oh, man. You should have led with that, Dr. Umar. I don't know what your problem is, bro.
It's only because I can't, you have 1,001 clips on the internet, but I know for a fact that one of the things that I was offended about in doing research or just seeing you on the internet is that you have definitely talked about your disdain for some of the practices of Dr. Martin Luther King. So to sit here and gaslight us as if most of us have not seen.
That's not true. Find the clip. Find the clip.
Well, Dr. Umar, you yourself said you had, you yourself.
Oh, also notice this, y'all. Notice this, that now, earlier, Dr. Umar was kind of dancing away from Cynthia G question and stuff, right? Which he still never answered, right? Now, Dr. Umar took a narrow lead, right? And so now, guess what? They're doing the same as that thing. They're dancing away from what Dr. Umar was talking about. Now they're trying to do the same thing what Dr. Umar was doing to Cynthia G, which is to tackle the emotional part of this. So now she's going back and trying to rebut back on, Dr. Umar Johnson, you said some things about Martin Luther King and stuff that, it turned me away from you and all this stuff there, you know what I mean? So let's go.
Yourself just seconds ago said you did find some things in the civil rights movement problematic.
But I supported the movement and I still support it.
Dr. King was not a Pan-Africanist, but one of my greatest heroes. Dr. King knew it was Garveyism.
Oh, and this, I'm sorry, this video, this was on his page, so I guess that's the end of the clip, unless he's gonna go back to that show. Oh no, he just putting this in here. All right, let's go, because this is getting interesting, y'all. Let's go.
To get back, he was moving in that direction. He said, Malcolm is gone, Garvey is gone, I got to hold it down. I got to hold it down. And he held it down, brother.
Hey, Trey, real quick, here we go. I found the drop, bro. Here it is.
Donations. 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 Gifts. Gifts.
I found the drop.
Brothers and sisters. That's why whenever I go to Atlanta, I gotta pay homage to the king. 39 years old. At 32, he was the unquestioned leader of Black America at 32 years old. You can't say nothing to me about no Dr. King.
I visit
everyone supported
every
it.
time I'm in Atlanta. I have never been
as a black man, as a black person in
If
America.
we're going to have the conversation, let us be honest. Let's not misrepresent.
You're the only one not being honest, Umar. You're not being honest.
Find the clip. We don't have to argue about it. We don't have to argue about it. Find the
You
clip.
just admitted to it. We don't need
There's
a
60 seconds left on the
I
60
gotta-
seconds left on this segment. We won't be able to find the
We don't
clip
have to
on
argue
this
about it.
show.
Find the clip.
But Hope, finish.
Hey, that's saying F your clip, Dr. Umar Johnson. F your receipts. They say, forget that. We only got 60 seconds. We're not supposed to go find the clip in 60 seconds. The hell with you.
Hope.
Essentially, whether we find the clip or not, we know that those things have been said, and you know that you've said controversial things. Once again, we see you moving the goalpost when you find that.
Controversial according to who?
We find, once again, because my thing is you and Cynthia can have that dynamic, but I give you the space to speak. I've given everybody that space to speak, so please don't interrupt me. At the end of the day,
You interrupted me as well. Let's be fair.
I did not.
Yeah, Trey, that's dang. That's Cynthia G, bro. You almost made me say it, bro. That's Cynthia G.
Yes, you did.
And so once again, here we go in a space where Black women are making a point. It's more important to the
It's
Black.
not about you being a woman. It was about you being incorrect.
When
it has
Black
nothing to do
women
with
are
you being a woman. I
incorrect.
respect
It's
you.
more
You were
important
incorrect.
for Black men to
You were
speak
incorrect.
up.
I didn't have an issue with a woman. You were
omitting facts.
incorrect.
Well, let's all breathe in, breathe out, and I'll take a
It's not about
commercial
her
break.
being a
All
woman.
right.
Tabby said F this. Tabby said F this. Y'all get way too hypersensitive on this. Trigger! Everybody getting triggered now. Dang. Shout out to the triggerness of this whole entire debacle. Because it's turning into one for real, y'all. Shout out to the triggerness.
He said something that was
We'll take a
untrue.
commercial break
He's
and
not
come right back
incorrect.
to wrap this up on the business of being Black.
They hate Black men. That's the problem. One of the
Hey, Umar said, forget your commercial break. I'ma still talk.
problems with the conversation, not with you, Tammy, but the responses, they're so individualized. Nothing is being evaluated from a group perspective or a community perspective or a systems perspective or an institutional perspective. The bottom line is anything Black men want to do to liberate ourselves or our community, we can't do it without our women. And anything our women want to do to liberate themselves or the community, they can't do it without the men. It is not a competition. It should be a collaboration. But once again, some of us in the conversation are so filled with hatred for the opposite gender that we can never get around to talking about solutions. And in speaking of clips, Sister Tammy, there is one clip you might want to ask Sister Cynthia about, because it was sent to me by about 30 people several months ago, maybe even weeks, where she suggested that women, Black women, should abort their Black male fetuses because after birth, they would not contribute to anything worthwhile in the Black community.
Actually, that is true. I seen that, by the way. Normally, she suggested that. She also suggested the women to that they should have instead of allowing men to ejaculate within them to procreate. She said y'all should have just went down on them and swallowed them niggas sperm. That's what she said. Kid y'all not. Kid y'all not. But also at the same token, I'm being fair about it. At the same token, Dr. Umar Johnson, you did say some stuff about Martin Luther King that you didn't like, bro. And Malcolm X, you did. So they got a valid point too. So both of y'all hands is dirty. Cynthia G and you, Dr. Umar Johnson, both of y'all hands is dirty. I'm just saying. But go ahead.
Could you ask her to clarify her comments?
I would
on
love
black
to.
Women,
Well,
black
I would
women
love to too,
needing
but we don't
abort?
have time. So,
Man, I got to go back and see that full thing though. But that was on Dr. Umar Johnson on page. So, of course, since it was on his page, he's going to cut certain segments that's going to benefit him, which, I don't mind. Because, I probably would have been doing the same thing. I'm just saying, y'all. But yeah, I just want to show that with y'all. I really want to do a full review of that full video, but I think this video kind of sufficed though, because that was funny. That was a fun little debate for real, y'all. But at the end of the day, I believe overall, Cynthia G, she pretty much won that debate. She had a really good claim. Dr. Umar Johnson or what's his name, that other dude, they could not rebuttal her claim for real. They could not do it. They couldn't do it. And so they had to change the whole conversation just so they had a fighting chance, you know what I'm saying? But just like I stated, Dr. Umar Johnson should have went with his statement when he was saying about the research. If he had went with that, then that would have shut down that whole claim what Cynthia G was talking about, to be honest, y'all. To be honest. But he didn't. He waited till too late, and it didn't matter then. So, see, here nor there, y'all. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this video. But what y'all think about Umar Johnson? He finally got his HVAC system, but he blamed black people for not having this system in 3 years ago. That's what he was saying earlier. Then what do y'all think about this debate between Dr. Umar Johnson and Cynthia G? Do you think Dr. Umar had a fighting chance, or do you think he lost the debate? Do you think Cynthia G had a fighting chance, or do you think she lost the debate? Y'all let me know what y'all think about that, all right? So appreciate y'all tuning in. And like I always y'all continue to fight fates with faith, and I will see y'all again on the next episode. I'm just saying, y'all.
Donations. 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 Gifts. Gifts.